Okay, in this video I'm going to talk about fractions and its four operations. The four operations are addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So what is a fraction first? A number in the form of something on the top and something in the bottom is called numerator over denominator. The number is on top is called numerator. The number is bottom is called denominator. We usually use the letter N and D to denote a fraction. A fraction will have a numerator and a denominator. But the denominator should not be equal to 0. When the denominator is 0, we never call it a fraction. It is not at all defined at all. So the denominator should not be 0. But the numerator may be 0. Nothing wrong in it. So 0 is also a fraction. The numerator may be 0, the denominator non-zero. So denominator may be anything. It may be positive or negative. The fractions may be positive or negative. Okay. If the numerator is larger than the denominator, it is called an improper fraction. For example, find the improper fraction in this set of 5 fractions. In which fraction the numerator is larger than the denominator. You look carefully everything. 7 is a numerator, 11 is a denominator. Is it larger here? Is the numerator is larger? What about this one? 10 is a numerator, 8 is a denominator. So that's your answer. There is no other fraction. Here is improper fraction. 4 basic operations. First we look at the multiplication, division, then addition, subtraction are somewhat difficult than multiplication, division here. You see the surprise here. Addition and subtraction somewhat difficult than multiplication and division in fractions. So multiplications. If you want to multiply 2 fractions here, so multiply the numerators and put in the numerator of the result. Multiply the denominators and put it as a denominator. That's all, very simple. Just multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators. Don't cross over anything. Okay? Very simple case. So what should be answer here? Okay, can you take a paper and do it with me? So this is 7 over 18 here. You check your answer quickly or use your calculator. Here 7 over 15. Here 210 over 56. See here, look here, very big numbers. Whenever is a very big number, what if we need to multiply again? Very difficult. Okay, so how to make it simpler? To simplification of fractions, you need the greatest common factor between the numerator and denominator. What is a common factor? A factor is a number that can be divided into another number with no remainder. When you divide, there should not be any remainder. That's called a factor. So 1 is a factor of 8, 2 is a factor of 8, 4 is a factor of 8, 8 itself is a factor of 8. So the factors of 8 are 1, 2, 4, 8. So 3 is not a factor of 8 because when you divide by 3, you get a remainder. So common factor of 2 numbers, you need 2 numbers to find the common factor. 7 is a common factor of 21 and 105. Okay, this is called a common factor. We need 2 numbers to find the common factor. The greatest common factor, so there are so many common factors, out of it which is the largest one is called the greatest common factor. Now we go back to our 28 over 72. So here the factors are of 28, factors of 72. So 4 is a common factor here. So divide by 4, both numerator and denominator is reduced to 7 over 18. So the fraction is simplified here. It's called the least form. There is no common factor between 7 and 18. It's called the least form of a fraction. Okay, can you simplify here? Divide by the common factor 3. Here 7 itself is a common factor. Here 9 is a common factor. 9. Here 12 is a common factor. Here 3 is a common factor. Here, can you guess what is the common factor here? I think you got it, 6. So division, if you want to divide a fraction by another fraction, just find the reciprocal of by which you are dividing. So here you are dividing by 1 over 2. The reciprocal of 1 over 2 is 2 over 1. Just multiply by the reciprocal of the divisor. Okay, just reciprocal. Then multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators, then reduce to simple form. Here, multiply by 2 over 1. What do you get? Use calculator. Multiply by 9 over 11 over 9. No common factors here. Here 21 over 5. Here 50 over 7. Reduce. Actually 200 over 28 is reduced. Addition. How to add two fractions? Addition, I already told you, very difficult. Then the multiplication, division. You must have the common denominator. Both must have same denominator. Then only you can add the numerators. Otherwise you cannot. Here the 8 must be changed into 16. How to change the 8 into 16? If the denominators are 4 and 7, then the common denominator is 28. This is called the LCM, least common multiple of 4 and 7. This is called the common denominator. For example, you go to this problem here, 3 over 8 is written as 6 over 16, multiply by 2, here also multiply by 2. 8 goes into 16 2 times. So we get like this, both having same denominator now. Now adding, you get 11 over 16. Okay. So both denominators must have same. Equate both the denominators, then add the numerator. Once you have a common denominator, add the numerators, right? Here, change into 4. So it should be 2 over 4. Then you get 3 over 4. Here change into 16. It becomes 4. 4 plus 4 is 8 over 16. Then reduce. Here change into 24. Then reduce. Here change into 16. So 12, 13 plus 12 will be 25 over 16. Okay, can you verify with your calculator now? Subtraction also same like addition. Bring the denominators, common denominators, then subtract the numerators. So here again 2 times 2, both numerator denominator, same 6 over 16, subtract now, you get 1 over 16. Once you have common denominators, you can subtract. Here check, change into 8, so 4, change into 16, it becomes 6. Here change into 8, so multiply by 4, you got 2 over 8, then reduce. Here 13 over 16. Okay. What we have learned so far, a fraction has a numerator and denominator. The denominator can never be 0. You can multiply and divide, add and subtract fractions. Again you will get a fraction. Common factor is a number that both denominators are evenly divisible by. The common denominator is a number that both denominators share a factor with.